All right, this is how you're going to do the putting class. We use this ball here, which is a snag ball, and it rolls just a little bit. It rolls a little bit slower than a tennis ball, and that's what we're going to do. There's two main skills we're going to cover at this setup. Okay, first we're going to cover hand position. Okay, you'll cover the grip to make sure that the hands are together. Next, you'll cover the Y position. Make sure that they make the letter Y. Right arm, left arm, shaft, Y. When they come to address position, ball in the center of the stance, okay, and eyes up over the ball. That's as simple as we get it. So the setup, the grip, making your Y, eyes up over the ball. The setup for this class is really simple. You take your class and you divide them in half, how many ever you have, and you're just going to take, and you're going to give them balls, you're going to space them out like this. Okay? So if I had 8 players, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. Okay? I'm going to take a piece of chalk and I'm going to draw a line in the center. So I've got 4 players here, chalk line, 4 players over here. The 2 skills you're going to talk about working on are going to be distance control and directional control. So when you come in, now they have the setup, now you know where you're going to go. So when you come in and you tell them ready position, okay, that's the swing command is ready position. They'll get to ready position and you'll have them try to lag to the line, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell them is that you take your Y, you take your Y back and you take your Y forward. The more you take your Y back, the more you take it forward, the farther the ball rolls, so that they start to get some feel for distance control. You can start at one distance and rep for a while, okay, and then move everybody back 2 or 3 more paces, okay, and then again, same commands, okay, and get them working on distance control. When you're ready to do directional control, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and I'm going to set up with my chalk line, I'm going to set up one circular spot in the middle, maybe a 3-foot circumference like that. And then I'm going to take all my players, okay, and I'm going to space them around in an arc like this, okay? And then I'm going to tell them what we have to learn to do is to find your line. So you get them to get 3 steps behind their line, find their line up the face, position their body, hit the putt, okay? And you repeat that process for distance control. Any putts that don't finish inside this circle, okay, are not going to be considered good. What you want to do, let's discuss safety rules for a sec, okay? We teach when 2 hands are on the club, this is a weapon, and it's probably the biggest part about our classes is making sure that we follow the safety protocol. Your students are conditioned not to swing or putt until you tell them to, so they're going to be looking for your verbal commands to tell them when to go, okay? If they're holding the putter like this, it's not a weapon. Anytime you put it like this, it's a weapon. So make sure when you space out your putters, you space them out really well, okay? Tell them you never want to see the club lifted up. There's no wrist action. Putting stroke is just nice and low and controlled. After they hit putts, okay, and their balls go out there, I'm going to say the whole group's going to hit at the same time. It's everything about what we do. We set up together, we swing together. We set up together, we swing together. So I tell everybody, hey, we're going to work into that circle, ready and roll. As soon as they roll, I tell them putters down, go get your ball. Reset. So everybody's going to go down, get their putter or get their ball, reset, okay, ready position, and they're back to ready to go, okay? Never let anybody travel with a putter. When class is over, or anytime you want to have a meeting to discuss something about the stroke, you say team meeting, putters down, they'll drop their putter, they'll have a team meeting. And when you have a team meeting, you can come in and talk about stuff. If you want to talk about, you know, besides just the Y and the length of the stroke, if you want to talk about eye stabilization, keeping your eyes as still as possible while you make the stroke, if you want to talk about not turning your forearm so you control the face angle, talk about anything in those team meetings, just make sure it's always clubbed down, because you never want to let any player go without a move with a putter. So again, distance control, 2 separate lines. If you've got 5 kids on this side, 5 on this side, putting to central line, you can move your distance in and out, so we're working on distance control. When you go for directional control, make yourself one circle. I usually do it about 12 or 15 feet to start with and go in there. If you'll go by the store, excuse me, buy a bag of Starburst. They don't melt, okay? They cost about $3 and I'll pay you back for them. I take a bag of Starburst to every class I teach. So after we warm up and we're doing distance control, I'm going to be standing by my line right here like this, so peripherally I can see my players here, make sure everybody's saying, ready, roll, okay? Once they roll, I may be playing a game where I say, hey, any balls that stop one step short or one step long of that line is worth the prize. So if they putt, I'll walk by and go, who's green ball? Drop a candy. Who's red ball? Drop a candy. Who's purple ball? Drop a candy. And I'll go like this, putters down, go get your prize if you want one, get your ball and reset. Okay, and we'll keep going like that. So we have a little bit of incentive with that bag of candy. Make sure that after you go through 3 or 4 rounds, if somebody hasn't won any candy, just go by and just say, hey, you know, I love your effort today. Give them a candy. That way everybody's got something to putt for. Same thing when you do the directional putting. Anything that stops inside that circle is worth the candy. So you just monitor it. So you got a bag of candy, you're putting, so you're the Pied Piper, you're the happy guy. So I hope this helps you with your training, and have a great week.